Talbot Type CT4V B12 16 horsepower Brougham 1904. Engine, 4-cylinder, 88 by 120 mm, 2724 cc, individual cylinders, T-head, foot accelerator pedal, height magneto-ignition, drip feed lubrication, transmission, cone clutch, 4-speed and reverse gearbox with right-hand quadrant change, shaft drive, chassis, pressed steel with semi-elliptic suspension front and rear, 2.2 meters wheelbase, brakes, internal expanding on rear wheels from side lever and on transmission by foot pedal. Wooden wheels with 810 by 90 beaded edge tires. Right-hand drive. The British Automobile Commercial Syndicate was formed in 1902 to import cars of continental manufacture into the British Isles. Chairman of the company was the Earl of Shrewsbury and Talbot. Amongst the cars sold were those made in France by Adolphe Clement, to which the Earl added part of his own title, creating in the process an additional British company, Clement Talbot Limited. In the middle of 1903 Monsieur Clement left his Clement Gladiator firm and established the Clement Bayard concern, which then manufactured the cars sold by Clement Talbot Limited through the backs. For a number of years thereafter there was little to distinguish the cars sold on the continent under the Clement Bayard name and those sold in Britain and its empire by Clement Talbot Limited. In September 1903 the latter announced that henceforth their cars would be known by the name of Talbot, but confusion existed in the minds of many, particularly as Talbots, whatever the radiator badge stated, continued to have the Clement Talbot name on their hubcaps, gearboxes and engines. The new Talbot works were officially opened at Ladbroke Grove, London, in November 1904, and although at this occasion the Earl stated that his Talbots would soon be wholly of home manufacture, this actually took longer to achieve than he hoped. In 1904 the Talbot range ran from a 1-liter twin to a large 4.9-liter 4-cylinder car. A mid-range 12/16 horsepower model with a long chassis for side entrance coachwork was introduced in the later part of the year in anticipation of the 1905 season. An example of the 12/16 was displayed on the Clement Talbot stand at the Stanley Show at the Royal Agricultural Hall, London, in November 1904, and illustrated in the Autocar with a brief description in January 1905. In their issue for the 1st of February 1905, the car illustrated gave a comprehensive description of the 12/16, showing a photograph of a short chassis version that had a raised chassis over the rear axle. The Autocar illustration shows that the long chassis car was a flat section throughout, as is the car offered here. This car was discovered in the 1950s and restored to the highest standard by the late Harry Rose. He was better known for ownership of a genuine 41/2-liter Birkin blower Bentley that not only went exceedingly well but was also a Conqueror winner on a number of occasions. From 1958 this Talbot was regularly used for the London to Brighton run and remained in the same family ownership for over 30 years before being acquired by the current vendor. In use it demonstrates that its makers built cars of high quality that were technically advanced by the standards of their day. 1904 models featured mechanical inlet valves, height magneto-ignition, a mechanically driven water pump, and a live axle drive that was so well engineered that it continued with only detail changes throughout the pre-Great War period. Talbots were also highly successful participants in a wide range of motoring competitions, in record-breaking runs, and the company's products achieved enduring customer loyalty. This 12/16 Talbot was dated to 1904 by the Veteran Car Club of Great Britain and has a dating certificate number 406 issued in June 1954. In 1962 the Talbot factory sales records were discovered and it emerged from these that the car was invoiced from the works on the 7th of March 1906, as a complete but bodiless chassis. This apparent anomaly has not been resolved, but the VCC from time to time may review the dates awarded to cars for participation in its events.